Hi there guys, so apparently Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have come to an agreement for a fight next year, a 2-fight deal for Undisputed. Anthony Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn has explained that they had come to an agreement. This is what he had to say. "We are making great progress. There is still a lot to overcome. We are looking at dates and venues. We have the mandatory, who is Dillian Whyte, which is due before this fight. It is fair to say that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are in agreement regarding financial terms of the fight. We have been talking to Tyson Fury's management team, MTK Global, giving them the assurances from the Joshua side that all details on the structure of the deal have been approved by our side. And it is from Fury's side as well. We're in a good place, it's fair to say that. In principle, both guys have agreed that fight, 2 fights. So there we go guys, there is an agreement in place in principle between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, and I would imagine that the deal will go ahead as long as both fighters keep winning. Obviously, Anthony Joshua must fight Kubrat Pulev and Alexander Usyk, his mandatories, whereas Deontay Wilder still needs his opportunity to try and regain his WBC world title from Tyson Fury, and then Tyson Fury must face his mandatory Dillian Whyte. Now, there is some talk of them trying to get Dillian Whyte out of that position as well, not by removing him again like they have done in the past, but by making Tyson Fury franchise champion, and then he would not have to face his mandatory Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte would be the WBC world champion, whereas Tyson Fury would be franchise champion. And that means they would get out of the Dillian Whyte fight, meaning that the 2 fights could happen early next year and late next year, meaning that Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder would happen in November, December, and Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev would happen probably around the same time. And then they would both go into that fight. And obviously they would have to make Alexander Usyk wait, but I would imagine that would be okay because Alexander Usyk is promoted by Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing, the same promoter and promotional company of Anthony Joshua. So that is how the fight could happen after Anthony Joshua fights his mandatory Kubrat Pulev and after Tyson Fury fights Deontay Wilder. This is huge. An undisputed fight possibly in the UK, likely though in Saudi Arabia, but still an undisputed fight between 2 Brits, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. It's been a long road here, but it seems like there are positive talks being held between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Way more positive than it ever was between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. So this fight could happen, and I believe that it's a better fight than Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder, because I just think that 2 big Brits, both skilled boxers in very different ways, because Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder is kind of, what can Deontay Wilder do now? He's been outboxed, he's been outfought, so what else can Deontay Wilder do? And it would be the same story if Deontay Wilder fought Anthony Joshua. What does he do? He can't outbox Joshua, and realistically, judging by the Fury fight, he can't outfight him either. So that is why it makes such a dynamic fight, and that is why it is going to be so entertaining. Will Tyson Fury come out like he did against Deontay Wilder? Will he be a bit more cautious against Anthony Joshua? Because he can't just walk forward against AJ, because Joshua has different skills, different things he can do. He can go on the back foot, he can go on the front foot, he can fight on the inside, because I know that didn't work for him against Andy Ruiz Jr., but this is not Andy Ruiz Jr. It's a bigger guy. Anthony Joshua is a smaller inside fighter in this fight. So that is how the dynamic is different. Anthony Joshua doesn't struggle against taller opponents. Tyson Fury, though, is a lot taller than any of the other opponents that Anthony Joshua has faced. And Tyson Fury has never faced anyone like Anthony Joshua. So you can see how this is going to be so entertaining and why we don't really know what is going to happen. You can make a prediction. You can say this is going to happen. Tyson Fury is going to do to Anthony Joshua what he done to Deontay Wilder. But do we really know unless they get in the ring, and then we will find out. Will Anthony Joshua beat Tyson Fury, or will Tyson Fury prove that he truly is number 1? That's what's so great about boxing. That is what is so great about this potential undisputed fight. A true 50-50 undisputed fight for all of the glory and all of the belts, all of the gold in the heavyweight division. This fight could happen early next year and late next year, provided they sort out all of these mandatory positions and talks remain positive, which I hope and believe they will do. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? the possibility of Anthony Joshua finally fighting Tyson Fury, there finally being an undisputed world championship fight in this era of heavyweight boxing. We've waited long enough, time it started happening. And going by Eddie Hearn, there are positive talks and a deal in place for that fight to take place twice next year. Guys, anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.